Alright, set her down a little bit. Morning, everybody. It is Saturday, about 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm in Frank right now. I got some Ag Venture in the back of the truck. Grandpa's ahead of me in the Duramax. We got the Ag Venture loaded in my truck because Grandpa's got a strong box in his truck, and that keeps us from putting the pallet in there. But we got my truck, so we put the pallet in my truck. Service truck, we left it up north yesterday. Didn't see no sense in driving it home. We're just gonna need it up there today, so we just kept it up there, pulled it in the shed, that way nobody bothers it. And we're headed up. He's gonna drop the Duramax off at High House Corner up here and hop in with me, and we're gonna run to Moncello. Gotta put a little gas in my truck, get something to eat, then we're gonna head up north and get the MX240 and planter moved and get it filled so he can start planting Jodels. While he's planting Jodels today, I'm gonna move over to DeWitt with the tractor and harrow. They disked it yesterday. I'm gonna harrow it down and get it done. There's part of it needs to be disked again because it kind of wanted to slab up, so I'm gonna see what it looks like when I get there. If I gotta disc that again, I gotta disc it again. But with what happened at Jodels yesterday, it harrowed down real good. Some of it he was gonna disc again and he didn't, because I got there before he did. It harrowed down real nice, so may not need to disc it again, I don't know. But oh, and another thing, it's May and I'm wearing a flannel shirt right now. This just goes to prove global warming is in fact a myth when it's May and 40 something degrees out. DeWitt's gonna get that worked up. Got Grandpa's planter filled up with seed corn. He's headed back to the very back of the Jodel farm, and he's gonna start planting that and work his way out. When he gets about halfway through that, I'm gonna have to come back and take the truck and the seed corn back there and fill him back up, because that's about a 90-acre field. He can plant about 40 acres with a full planter, so I'll have to go help him fill up. I'll probably be done with this field by that time, because I can get over ground pretty quick with the hair. Got this back 6 acres done. Now I'm on the 55 acres up here, and it won't take long to get across most of it. It'll be the terraces that take the longest part, but this field doesn't have as many of them. It wasn't a new one, and it's pretty easy to work out, but there's field spots where there used to be a lot of brush. You kind of got to watch and go around, because there's a few stumps left in there. On the long rows right now. Ground's a bit rough. That disc he rented from Ed, it does not have a hair on the back, so it's just straight disc ground. It's hard to believe that the older 490 disc with just a junk hair on the back does a way better job. The hair ain't much, but it actually helps quite a bit. Tell you what, the dangest things you'll find in these fields that's a big ass rock. That would not have went through there, and that would have broke something. Guess I'll throw it over here in the work ground, or I'll just take it over there by that tree. Hope this one ain't heavy. So it's about 5 o'clock now. I stopped a while ago. I think it's about 3 o'clock, maybe right before 3 o'clock I stopped, because I got close to the shed, walked to the shed, got the service truck. As soon as I got the service truck, Grandpa calls me and asks me how I'm getting along, and I told him I'm right by the service truck, and he said, well, come over to the field. I bent the marker, so got in the service truck, went over there, and yeah, he bent the marker pretty good. It was the right marker on the planter, and what he did, that marker leaks down some. We're not sure if it's a problem with the tractor or a problem with the planter. We know the number one outlet on that tractor has bypass on it, but we have nothing hooked up to that outlet at the moment, so not sure. But he wasn't quite paying attention. It leaked down enough, and when he went to turn, it went right into the brush, hit a tree, and bent it. So we had to take it apart, take it home, get it straightened out, weld a few things on it, and we had to make a new pin for it, because the old pin, right where it pivots off the frame on the planter, it bent that pin pretty good. So we had to cut the pin out, make a new one. I welded it up for him, and we just got it back together. So he's planting now. I'm headed over to the King farm. They disked it yesterday while I was harring Jodell's. I'm going to see how it is. They said it was a bit wet when they worked it. So with the sun shining all day, the sun's had a little bit of power, so it may be dry enough. I'm close to being done on DeWitt. When I get it done, I'm probably going to come up here and get this aired. And there's 2 patches right there by DeWitt. I'm going to do those before I head this way. Get all that done, and I'll be able to move that tractor home, put it on the bean planter, because I think Monday I'm going to start planting beans, or Tuesday I'm going to start planting beans. It just depends on how we work our schedule. But we're going to work on getting the planter ready tomorrow. All we should have to do is put the bean units back in it, and it's ready to roll. So just depends. Working on the patches now. They're working down pretty good. Headed to the King farm. When I headed by the Joe Dell farm, Grandpa was finishing up filling the planter, so I rolled in there, hollered at him. He's got her filled up, and he's got 2 more rounds to make, and he's got to be able to cross the ditch and be on the front piece. So he's getting close to being done. He'll get a good chunk of it done tonight before dark. I'm going to get this King farm worked and see what it looks like in the morning. May have to hair it again tomorrow, but we're going to come up tomorrow morning. He's going to finish planting this over here because we got to get a little more seed corn, and I may hair this again. If it doesn't need hair, I'm going to move the tractor and hair home and get the bean planter hooked up so we can get to planting beans. So we got a plan, I guess. This field is a bit rough on this end. This is worked with that 3900 International disc without the hair. It's a bit rougher than what's been worked with the 490. It does not take much to be able to tell the difference between disc ground and haired ground. There's enough moisture, you can see that it's darker, and it's also easy to tell it's been broke up because this ground's really mellow. It's good black dirt too, and it breaks apart real easy when it's this dry and has that little bit of moisture in it. The hair is doing a pretty fine job for it. The worst part is the clumps of grass. The roots are just caked in mud. Or it's not really mud, it's just wet dirt. There's a difference between wet dirt and mud. Mud is mud. Wet dirt is just dirt that's a little wet. But the hair is just pulling them up. Good thing is we got row cleaners on that white planter, so it'll just push those out of the way. Well, this is the last pass on this farm. Judging by the way it looks, I don't think it needs to be haired again. He can come in here and plant this because that looks pretty good to me. It's a lot better compared to what I pulled into here. It is pretty smooth compared to that mess. So I'm probably just gonna tell him he can plant it.